Okay, so we have a recording in progress. Now we can make that's hexagram 35 if it's progress. We thought we would try doing some actual I Ching readings, which we've never done before the cameras. So this is a non-scripted version of kind of the home version of doing an actual I Ching reading. I'm Ron Mesa. Hi, Dr. Ron Mesa here.
Hi, I'm Debbie Hart.
So we've been following a kind of a plant-based diet, very much at your instigation. Debbie you were doing lots of research online and found a number of good plant-based nutrition educators, and so we've been experimenting with a
whole foods
plant-based diet.
Yeah, whole foods plant-based diet. There are, several popular versions of it, and we've kind of been cobbling together more than one, and taking kind of the best or most useful aspects for us of each one.
The results seem pretty good. We've been reasonably happy with it and are feeling reasonably good and having some good benefits, but we thought we'd like to get a much more depth assessment and feedback from the sage. So we've been cooking with sage, as a matter of fact, but that's a different matter. Cooking with the sage, that'll be a next book we could put out. So we thought we'd ask about what kind of evaluation I Ching would have for this current plant-based diet. We want to write the question down, so it's important to write the question. The answers are fixed, and they're not going to change in I Ching, but the questions change, and that changes the point of view for everything. Let's see, do you have that written down, what we decided on, Debbie?
Actually, I don't. Did you write it down?
Let's see, I have, please evaluate our current plant-based diet. And that's what I had down when we worked on it together, but in the same room. We're now in separate locations, trying the Zoom as a format for doing this kind of a two-person dialogue with an I Ching reading.
Yeah, so please evaluate our current plant-based diet.
Yep. Since we're asking a conjoint question, we could have asked a single version of this for Debbie and me, and we actually may do that at some later point for ourselves, because you might get very different information. This is how it's affecting Debbie and me, but since we're eating and sharing it together, I'm interested in how's it working for both of us as a couple.
And we just have been wanting to give just examples of how we use the I Ching together in our everyday life all the time, and just how you can use it for any kind of practical question. It could be a small or large or grand scale, like, questions about life purpose, or as small as which of these two items should I choose between if I'm going to buy something, or anything like that.
We usually start every morning with a Zen question. Those are the hardest, and you don't really have a frame of reference for them. So we don't recommend that if you're brand new to it all. But we do actually start with that, and sometimes, what could this possibly refer to? And then later they go, oh, that's what it referred. Now we see it. So it does orient you and prepare you. But those are pretty challenging. This is going to be a specific, focused question, which is usually much easier to make sense of. So please evaluate our current plant-based diet. Since we do it for both of us, we're going to alternate throwing the coin. So would you like to go first, Debbie, and throw line 1, and I'll do line 2, and so on? We could just alternate.
Okay, so I am going to throw line 1. Okay, so line 1 is 1 tail.
Tail and 2 heads. Okay.
Yep.
Now I'll be throwing line 2 here. I get 1 head and 2 tails. Your turn.
Okay. Line 3 is 1 tail and 2 heads.
Okay. Line 4. 1 tail and 2 heads.
Line 5, I've got 1 tail and 2 heads.
And let's do the final line 6 here. Aha, 3 tails. So we have 1 moving line. And that forms hexagram 7.
7 into 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top line of 7 into
Yeah.
4.
Hexagram 7, the Army. And I'm looking up hexagram 7 in Wilhelm.